It's the moment you've been waiting for, the Japanese grand reveal. We've got early access to some lovely imagery here for you today, and we're going to be exploring. Look at these guys, they got big guns. This civilization will be coming to you on November the 14th, and I've had a little early access to play the Civ, and I'll tell you, it is more fun than you can possibly imagine. And all this time we're going to spend scouring these details of the images won't even come close to what you're going to experience when you get to play this civilization. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel as soon as I'm able to. I've been working on some build order guides for that release day so you can get ahead on the competition. So join the Discord down below. I've got channels for all of the civilizations, all of the new ones, 6 of them. And hopefully I'll be able to share more information with you very, very soon. But today, let's share what we know about the Japanese and some of its unique mechanics. The Japanese civilization introduces the new daimyo system, allowing you to upgrade the town center to a daimyo manor and eventually a shogunate castle. That comes with powerful defenses while also bolstering food production from nearby farms. So basically, your plain Jane town center, you're going to upgrade this through the ages, and it's going to give you some civilization bonuses. Advancing the daimyo level also unlocks access to samurai bannermen. Now, I was looking around here, and I actually don't see any samurai bannermen in this image. They kind of hid these guys, but trust me, they're out there. Special units that provide significant combat bonuses to units around them. So you guys have used the meta, or you're used to the concept of having bonuses from a unit. That's very much how it's going to work. There's actually, let's see, you can say one of the riding ones in one of these pictures. I think it's this one. Yeah, you can see, look at that. There's this banner. But there's going to be bannermen of different types. So, you know, to buff the different type of units that you might have here. Special units provide significant bonuses to units around them. Embrace espionage by fielding the unique shinobi capable of blending in with enemy villagers and sabotaging production from behind enemy lines. Now, these guys, they have crazy abilities, and I don't think I could share with you exactly what they do, but you can imagine a ninja. He's going to poof in, poof out. He's going to strike fast and going to be super fun. And I think this is going to be one of my favorite first build orders to share with you guys around these samurai when we have a chance. In Age of Empires 4, the Japanese civilization spans the late 18th century CE to early 17th century. Collapse of imperial power has separated the Japanese into small kingdoms ruled by warlords to ultimately be reunified by a bloody civil war. During this period, the daimyo employed the samurai to defend their territories by paying them with goods such as land and food. So they're playing into that aspect. Going to be building up that town center, as we mentioned, to build bonuses with the samurai, protecting the lands, etc. So that's kind of the lore of the civilization we have. Let's get into playing the Japanese. The Japanese civilization began Age 1 with multi-purpose buildings that offer unique options for early strategy and are excellent at producing fishing ships quickly. So you see something unique right here. Look at this. We've got right in the middle of the stone and the gold, we've got, you know, that doesn't look like your normal mining camp here, but there are some special mechanics around how they do their mining, and that'll be revealed once this is released out to you. They focus on localized economy support by daimyo from town centers. Once upgraded into a daimyo manor, villagers working farms in the surrounding areas will receive a large bonus, and samurai bannermen will become available to produce. A vast roster of infantry, primarily focused on the samurai, defend the territory and lead the battle with samurai bannermen. Bannermen support infantry and cavalry with attack bonuses, and the samurai offer excellent frontline support with their deflective armor. You've heard about that in our previous kind of sneak peek, but if you didn't, they've got deflective armor, which is just a brand new mechanic. It's an ability which periodically blocks attacks. So pretty cool. The samurai are going to have deflective armor. The Japanese units at a glance. The Shinobi Koka Township landmark. Light melee infantry that disguise itself as enemy villagers, sabotaging structures and using clever smoke bombs to appear in new locations. So there he is. Those are Shinobi. That's going to be one of the landmarks you can choose. Okay. The other option, the Ona Musha. The unique horse archer specialized. Oh, these are the units. Sorry. The unique horse archer specialized in taking down heavily armored units, while its high damage, mobility, and longer weapon range replaces the crossbow from other civilizations. Okay, so they're going to have a horse archer essentially that can. There you go. You can see one of them right there. That's going to be really good at taking down heavily armored units. So think of kind of like a horse archer on steroids. Ozutsu, oh man, I'm going to butcher this one. I'm sorry. Tanegashima Gunsmith Landmark. So that's going to be this one. Look at these bad guys. Oh my gosh. You won't believe what they're able to do. The heavily ranged gunpowder unit equipped with the handheld cannon, the Ozutsu, excel at sieging enemy buildings and destroying groups of units clumped in the area. Yes, that's right. That means these guys are going to be very quick at sieging down buildings, but they're going to do some area attacks. If you got a clumped up units, these guys, they just come up. It's like they're carrying a shotgun, and they're really, really awesome. So you guys are going to love these or hate them. I'm assuming they've dialed them down because they were pretty crazy when I got to try them. Okay, let's talk about the Japanese through the ages. Age 1. From Age 1, the Japanese benefit from buildings that serve dual purposes. They've already kind of mentioned that. The farmhouse and the forge. Let's go back here and see if you can see it. There's the farmhouse, and then we saw the forge earlier. There's the forge. The farmhouse acts as both a mill and a house, and should be constructed around berry bushes for when sheep run low. The forge acts as both a mining camp and a blacksmith. So there it is. It's not just a mining camp, it's a blacksmith. Isn't that crazy for the cost of a mining camp? And contains an extra tier of melee damage technology available in the Dark Age. So you can get a Dark Age melee tech with the Japanese. So I think this is going to lead to a lot of unique openings, or perhaps some drushes. In Age 2, the Koka Township and Kura storehouse landmarks allow options for militaristic and economic growth. The Koka Township produces shinobi, we've seen that already, unique units that can disguise themselves as enemy villagers, nullify enemy buildings with sabotage, and can use smoke to appear in new locations. It's favoring a more economic approach. The Kura storehouse acts as a universal drop-off and periodically generates free farms in the surrounding area. So that's what you're looking at here. You're gonna get some free farms, which just kind of get set up over time with your landmark if you go this route. Age 3. In Age 3, the Japanese can choose between the floating gate to unlock the Shinto priests, and there they are, or the Temple of Quality to unlock Buddhist monks. Now, I don't know if we've got an image for that one, for the Buddhist monks. No, I'm not sure if we have that one there today. Can weaken... Shinto priests are able to place sacred objects called Yoshiro in buildings to achieve special bonuses. And I'll tell you about that. Whereas Buddhist monks can weaken enemy damage output and solidify your position on the battlefield. So these little boxes, they're going to spawn over time, and they can put them inside of buildings to speed up production, give additional resources. Depending on where you put it, it's going to impact, it's going to buff that building. So I think it's kind of like you think of the Delhi Sultanate, where you might garrison a scholar inside a building, but you can put in economic buildings too, so you can increase the yield of those economic buildings, and it's a pretty cool one. I personally enjoyed this option when I was playing the Japanese. And then the Buddhist monks, you can use them out on the battlefield, you know, kind of as a buff out on the field. In Age 4, the Japanese civilization can choose between boosting trade or cultivating gunpowder weaponry. The Castle of the Crow acts as a keep and generates treasure caravans, which can traverse land or water to trade at any trade post. So we don't see that here today. Whereas the Tanegashima Gunsmith can access an arsenal of gunpowder units, including the Ozutsu heavy range infantry. So you can see that, you know, you're going to have, there's those cannons. We saw another angle of it. Actually, look at this bad boy. Like I said, it's like a giant shotgun. And then you got your traditional hand cannoneer. You even see some Rebaldican. You see some bombards out there. Look at these villagers. They got really, nice looking garb. There we go. Looks different from what we've seen with other factions. They took their time to build that out. Got this lovely image as well that you're going to be seeing. But with that, guys, this is pretty much what we know about the Japanese so far. What I will share with you is there are a lot of different ways you can choose your landmarks going through the ages. That feels really fun as we just talk through some of the other economic or boom parts. A big part's going to be getting access to this bannerman, like we mentioned, that town center, upgrading it, the daimyo, the shogunate castle, and then these gunpowder units in late game. Super fun to play. I think you guys are going to love playing the Japanese, and I promise you I'll be bringing you build orders for this civilization right on day one. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below, let me know what you're excited about the Japanese, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.